All right. I have a question. Which is worse, calling the child the N word or get convicted for for sexually assaulting a 16-year-old? Hmm.
What are you doing, sick bro?
Okay, why don't you have the balls to say it right now again?
Fuck you, nigger.
Okay.
Nigger.
All right.
Shiloh Hendrick. Yes, if you guys don't know, that's the name of the white woman who was actually in the playground with her son, and then some other little motherfucker come through and start rummaging through her stuff, and then she got pissed off, called him the N-word, and then of course a passerby, or I guess the guy that was in the playground, decided to pull his phone out so he could actually start recording the whole altercation to put that white lady on blast, to get her canceled, get her fired, whatever necessary to teach that racist person a lesson, I guess. Right? There's one little problem though. Because the internet, as the internet do what the internet does best, they try to get a little bit of background story on the videographer, the guy who posted this video. And turns out he wasn't even supposed to be in the playground to begin with. Yes, that Somalian man was convicted or arrested, I'm not sure, was arrested for sexually assaulting a 16-year-old. To be fair, let Mr. Omar say it in his own words, shall we? What happened?
Flash news to everybody. If investigations are happening on a serious crime which I was being accused of was in the past, that I've assaulted somebody, assaulted I should say, in the English terminology, which has been proven that I have never done anything wrong, and the case was dismissed. Why am I guilty of something in a court of law dismissed?
Bro, this is the internet. It's the court of public opinion.
Tell me, why am I? I'm getting death threats. Why? This is America. Flash.
See, I also have to point out the irony here, right? Because you videotaped this woman in the first place, so then therefore the internet can get on her case, right? That's why you did it, right? Because you caught her doing something wrong, something shameful, as being a racist. So then therefore you set the internet onto her to make her life a living hell, so therefore she could get like death threats or lose her job, her whole career upended. And now here you are on Beyonce's internet bitching about the same pain that you inflicted upon another human being because you decided to be the judge, the jury, and executioner. So is whatever's going on to you right now is like a dose of karma? Because yeah, she was wrong, she was being a racist, and you are trying to, I guess, expose her so that therefore she can get shamed, a death threat, and all the things that you are now getting. Yeah. Let's go a little bit into the details about your case. Just a little bit. Because you might be correct. Because, your case was dismissed. But let's go a little bit of details into your stuff. All right, let's read this real quick, right? This is the court paper. Because, he got a point. He said that, he was innocent. Oh, he didn't say he was innocent. He said that, it was dismissed. So then let's read some of the court stuff real quick. So Shamak began begging for sex and took the victim's clothes off. Shamak put his pee-pee in the victim's mouth and then had his kitty cat intercourse with her. Victim recalled that Shamak, ski inside the victim. Later in the day, Shamak had with her again in the same room. Victim identified using a photo lined up. The suspect as Mohammed Hussein Omar and Shamak Bailey. Victim indicated she had cleaned up with a white towel. And that's how you fuck the evidence there. I mean, I'm not a lawyer, so don't take my word, take my word with a huge grain of salt. But I'm just, I guess, speculating. And then victim indicated she had cleaned up with a blah, 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 blah. Had drank several Dr. Pepper while in the residence and had drank from a gray cup while in the trailer. All right, so a search warrant was executed. I had to scratch that off because it was somebody's address in there, and you know how you to be a little sensitive, you know what I mean? All right, so both suspect officer found a gray cup, several Dr. Pepper, and a white towel. A search of blah 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 revealed a pair of female glasses. During her assault nurse examination, victim reported that she was sleep deprived, dehydrated, and had nothing to eat. Also, the examination, victim reported that Omar had digitally penetrated. How the hell you digitally? Did he actually what? Did he shove a cell phone up her hoo-ha or something? Like,
Hold on.
really penetrate her anus during the first incident. Victim reported foot pain and as well because she left the trailer in some rain boots that did not fit because the suspect took her shoes, so she could not run away. Please take notice. You must appear for every court hearing regarding this blah 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 blah. So yeah, I just kind of read the whole excerpt right there, stuff like that, and because he was right, the case was dismissed. But, bro, and you have the nerve, the audacity to play the moral high ground, because some white lady called the little nigga a nigga. Damn, nigga. I don't think you have the moral high ground at all.
So that one there was a violation. Personally, I wouldn't have it.
Now begs the question, which is worse on the whole moral high ground stance? Calling the child the N-word or fucking the child? I don't know. But to me, there's a moral dilemma here. It's kind of like, let's say, you're doing your thing, like hey, you. No, don't worry about what I got going on over here, but no. Don't worry about what I got going on over here, but did you just call this child an N-word? Don't worry about what I'm doing. In my country, it is legal. It is legal in my country. 16-year-old are considered adult in my country. I mean, heck, more than that. But did you just call that little kid the N-word? No? You're going to get canceled. You are going to get canceled, white woman. No, you are going to get canceled. I don't know how this is how Somalian people sound like, but I'm assuming there's an accent somewhere. So, and I get it. It's it can be quite controversial and stuff like that, right? Because what tends to happen is people tend to try to assassinate your character and all that stuff, right? And then therefore maybe that's working. Maybe let's say the people that are for Shiloh Hendrix is like, wait a minute, you see that person throwing stone, that person, exposing Cheyenne Hendrix? He's a pedo. You should have listened to him because he's a pedo. He got convicted for sexually assaulting a 16-year-old. Why are you taking moral lesson from this dude? They have a point. But at the same time, the bitch is racist. The chick is racist. And it's kind of like, let's say, a pedophile calling a racist out. That's all it comes down to. A pedo calling a racist out for her racism. And yeah, there's more to it. But anyway, there's more to the story because I still gotta talk about the GoFundMe thing and all that stuff. I'm gonna get to that in the next video. But anyway, let me know what you think down below in the comment section. What do you think? Do you think it's relevant to actually expose him as a pedo, or do you think like No, that's just a way to actually get away from the subject of these racist white women who have yet to pay for her crime. Anyway, I'm your host, The Haitian. So share, like, comment, and subscribe. I'm out of here. Peace.
Say,
You don't go digging through people's shit, you dumb fuck.
nobody dig into your shit.
A little fucking kid just did, you dumbass.
That little kid, you call him a nigga?